Hello and welcome to part 5 of our Denmark not so long way up trip. We are today on our last day and on our way back towards home. So let's just have a look at what the car says and what the route planning says and where we want to charge and all of that. We're at 49% state of charge and I just put in my home address. It did some route planning, but 2% and stay below 125 kilometers an hour doesn't sound too good. Our plan for today is to hit the superchargers or something else nearby, but we're not gonna search for something else in particular because it just took us too much time yesterday and we want to rip it. So to rip it we want something around here. Nothing's shown yet, so I'm gonna zoom in and have a look if something pops up or not. Doesn't look like it. Then I'm gonna check in NBW real quick because that next supercharger is a bit too far, I would say. How far is it? 100 kilometers with 50%. Should be possible normally, but not when we're ripping it. So let's check if we can find something there. We found something with a lot of NBW, some Fastnet, some Aral Puls, and some EWE Go. That's pretty perfect. 71 kilometers. That's perfect. Let's go there. That should also not be a problem at all. For my 2021 Model 3 Standard Range LFP, and there's a nice Mustang Mach-E coming. Awesome. So you couldn't see anything of that, could you? All right, let's pull out here and rip it to NBW. We pretty much just left the highway, the Autobahn. We had to take a little deviation because of this construction site here. But we're almost arriving at the NBW charging hub. We had to navigate to Aral Puls somewhere in the village over there because we needed to precondition and the car is still preconditioning, so let's hope we get some good speeds there. But the NBW hub should be somewhere back there. We're pretty much pulling in there. Aral Puls over there should exist as well. But everything isn't in the Tesla navigation. There is Fastnet also. So all the options here. Let's turn right at this light and get some juice pretty soon. We're down to 12% state of charge, so that worked out pretty good. Yep. Where's the Aral Puls? Should be somewhere here. Didn't see it right now, but okay. And NBW should be behind that big site there. Ah, over there it is. Yes. Looking good. Also, NBW has a roof. That's awesome because it's raining as heck. Fastnet would have a roof as well. That's also awesome. But yeah, that's pretty nice. This side is more dry than the other ones, so let's pull in here and get to this plug. Where do we want to go? We want to go. I'm parked like shit. Let me try that again and then plug. We are authorized. Let's grab that and plug in here. 20 seconds to go until we're charging. And coming back inside. Great thing. Now let's edit this trip. So what will be our next charging stop? Let's just start the route along here. It tells us to go to the supercharger. Definitely not. I would say let's have a look in like 100-ish kilometers. Lohfelden. I feel like we've been there, haven't we? Nürten-Hardenberg we hit as well. Was there something similar nearby? Have we been there? Or did we think about going there? I think we just thought about going there. I think we skipped that one. Because I don't remember this parking lot. But maybe I'm also wrong. Great, let's just add that inside our trip. That doesn't make any sense. 100 kilometers to go. 134 kilometers to go, that's alright. Let's get up to 70%. We weren't quite warm yet. Only 126 kilowatts, but still okay. And after that, we might hit maybe Weiterstadt. Maybe also just Eschborn again. We might meet another friend near Frankfurt. I'm not sure about that. I gotta check that out. So that might be the next one after. But yeah, let's just charge up until like 70-ish%, maybe 65, something like that, and then we head out. We are charged up to, I think, 80% or 81? 83. Wow, okay, perfect. Let's stop that from in the car. Looking good. I'm gonna put my jacket in the back seat, and then we are heading towards Kassel. We will be arriving with 23% state of charge at Lohfelden, near Kassel. And now NBW is in here? What? It didn't show up before. Huh. And all of the others as well. EWE Go and Aralpuls and Fastnet, everyone there. Why didn't they show up before? I mean, it didn't matter too much. We could navigate nearby, so everything worked out fine, but I don't understand the Tesla navigation sometimes. Just show me all the chargers all the time and not always only the ones that are near me. That doesn't help on long trips. Tesla, you really need to work on that in Europe. So yeah, but still fine. Everything worked as planned. Let's go to Kassel. Streets are still wet, but not too wet. Also, the rain got way lighter than before, so we can at least push it somewhat over the Autobahn. We're currently at 18% state of charge on arrival. We're now at 50%, 49% state of charge. And we still got 68 kilometers to go. That road looks way better than before. And of course, someone needs to go slow in front of us. But looking quite good to get to the next supercharger, or I should say to the Mayer station next to the supercharger. Pretty well. That's literally like 150 meters next to it, and it has a roof. So if it still rains there, then we can stay dry, and if it doesn't matter, then we still have a nice Mayer charging park that's right next to the supercharger. So we can plan with the superchargers and show you all the non-superchargers and do the charge guides there and stuff. So that's basically the perfect mixture. Turning off wipers because now it's really dry. That stopped raining pretty fast now. Awesome. We're just leaving the Autobahn real quick for our top up. We are at 18% state of charge, and the car goes crazy for lines. Yeah, let's get out here, go over to Mayer, and get some juice there. I also changed our plans, so the car knows we're going to Mare and it's preconditioning like it should. It did precondition to the supercharger before, so everything is fine. Also funny, the Mare station is listed with max 190 kilowatts. I can show you right now. Give me a sec here. 190 kilowatts max CCS. Because I think Tesla calculates with 500 amp cables that those stations have, and the nominal voltage of 350 volts. And we gotta go, I think, towards the gas station and then in there, because that's the exit. Yep, looks good. And I have to say, those Mare stations look really good. And those are many stickers. Let's pull in, those are both offline. So let's maybe go just to the second station. That's looking really good. Pretty nice. It's looking good as well. Perfect. All right, so we need 35% more to get to Mücke. I know there is also Allego, so we can charge at Allego there. That's great. And Eschborn might have Pfalzwerke nearby. We'll see about that later. But for now, we're gonna jump out and authorize those boys. And they got their QR codes on the screen. That's awesome. Let me just authorize that real quick. And we're plugging in. Looks good. 298 kilowatts max. What? The 2 more kilowatts aren't available or what? That's wild. Alright, 22 seconds for authentication and communication. 20, here we are. Awesome. Ramping up. Come on, get above. Yeah, here we go. Looking good. Ramping up like crazy. That's great. Let's hope we get the 170 kilowatts, because that's what we need. We should be warm enough to not have any problems with that. Come on. Why only 90? What's that? Are you cold or what? Ah no, here we go. 114, 120, 130. Still pretty slow with 130. 140, 150. Yes, that's what we want. 164. Come on. 165. Doesn't show more than that. But 164 is okay. Alright, let's record a charge guide, because that is all interesting. The supercharger is somewhere over there. Maybe 2 minutes away by car. But yeah, all interesting. Let's record a charge guide, find some restrooms, and then continue towards Frankfurt. Good shit. We thought about getting something to eat, but we didn't, because Burger King didn't have any interesting coupons. And now we're headed back all the way down there to the car. At the charger, we should be charged up enough to get to Mücke without any problem. So that's what we're gonna do now. Yeah, 100-ish kilometers, I think. Should be no problem at all. Might be a bit more, but we might have charged more than we needed. I don't know. We just explored a bit, but now back to the car and onto the road. Someone in the same account stopped my charging session, so we have to plug in again, and it kinda doesn't want to communicate. Something's not working too well. I might have to stop and restart again. Might have been too fast, but yeah, that cost us like 5 minutes or so. Let's try that again. Now that looks better. 56%. 17 seconds of communication. It's getting faster. And come on, get over the 5 kilowatts. Yeah, here we go. Alright, so 5 more minutes or so. Currently we would be arriving with 7%, but it's dry and not too windy, so we should be able to go a bit faster. So we just might want to charge to 60-ish%, and of course, I don't know, we're now going up in charging speeds, 109 kilowatts. That's probably all we can take at 57%, so that's all fine. But yeah, 57%, looking good. Let's get us up to 65 maybe, something like that, should be fine. 8% on arrival right now. It is 107 kilometers, so we need 65-ish%, should be good. We're at 69% state of charge. That's enough. We're gonna be arriving with 19. That has to be enough for now. Let's jump out and unplug, as someone in their EQA is pulling in to charge as well. I gotta clean my door a bit. The rain from the last days kinda did it dirty. So yeah, 107 kilometers towards Niko on our way to Frankfurt, and I'm not in my correct position yet, even though I opened a ticket at Tesla and they didn't do anything yet. Remote diagnose, yeah, but nothing happened, so I gotta ask them what's going on there. Anyway, let's get out this way and towards A49 direction of Frankfurt, I guess. Is that the right one? The right way? Now we can also maybe see down to the supercharger that's over there that we didn't pull into. Let's see. This way looking good. Towards the Autobahn. Looking good as well. And now we want to go towards Frankfurt. No one coming there, that's good. Down there is the supercharger, and at the big solar panels you can see the other charging operator that's there as well. So that's pretty nice. But yeah, not available to go there from our rest stop area. Okay, 1 hour and 20 minutes to go to the next stop. On the Autobahn over there was a big heavy traffic jam, so my navigation told me to get off there, and we did a crazy move to get off there because that was a last second decision, but it worked out pretty well without endangering anyone, not even us. So everything easy and good. Now we're going some nice B roads, enjoying the drive over there, and yeah, just having a look at that, and then going onto the Autobahn on the next entry point, I would say. I think at least it looked like that on the navigation. So yeah, some nice B-road driving, could be worse. We are in a big traffic jam because 2 lanes are getting merged to a single lane through a construction site. At least it says on the displays that were placed next to the road behind us. We still got 20 kilometers to go to Niko, so not too far ahead. 15 minutes if everything goes to plan. That truck wants to come in that space, so we're gonna let him in. Yeah, we're now at 25% state of charge, arriving at 16 if that's correct. So yeah, looking pretty good. Traffic could be better, but it is what it is. We can change it anyways, so yeah. We just arrived with 14% state of charge. We can set that back to auto and plug into Aligo, because there are the superchargers and here is Aligo. Let's grab that 300 kilowatt handle. Whoops. Heavy chonker. Come on. Heavy one-handed operation. Let's pull that out there. Yank it a bit. That's locked in. I'm gonna authorize real quick. Contactors are going. Let's see. I can also feel some warm air coming from all the chargers around here. Looking good. 18 seconds and we're ramping up. 33, 40, 47, 53, 60, 66, 73. That's looking really good. Pretty nice. 126, 130, 140, 150, 160, and full speed 173. Perfect. All right. Now fans are starting to rip. That's looking good. Our plan is to get a charge guide of this, run it to Burger King, and then we'll see. We are charged up to 67% state of charge, and we should be arriving at Ashbourne with 20 something, so no need to continue charging. I got some food. Car only got like 60 something kilowatts, so yeah, should be good. Maybe we're gonna skip Ashbourne and go on to Bensheim or something like that, but we're gonna check in a second. But yeah, I got some food right now and we got 73 kilometers to go only, so maybe we're gonna go further ahead. Okay, I just changed plan a bit. We're gonna go to Weiterstadt, which is just below Frankfurt. We should be arriving there with 21%. Of course, we can rip it, so might change that estimation. 100 kilometers to go with 67% is pretty much our default on this trip, so that's pretty good. After that we might hit Viernheim. Maybe we're gonna continue on to Karlsruhe and stop somewhere in Karlsruhe real quick, or shortly before. We'll see about that. Maybe Bruchsal if something's available. Yeah, we're gonna see about that. But for now, that's the plan, because Ashbourne would just have been too early. With 30%, that doesn't make any sense. We couldn't shave off that much time in the last parts because of traffic and weather. So I guess it's gonna be the same on this part of the trip. So yeah. We are coming up to Frankfurt, and up ahead you might be able, or almost up ahead, over there, we might be able to see the skyline. Is it over there? Is it over here? Somewhere up front? It should be. Ah, it's over there. If the focus will do its job. Yes. Looking pretty with a lot of traffic in the way. But yeah, we are down to 31% state of charge, coming up to the supercharger in Weiterstadt with 14% currently. We're restricted to 120, as you can see on the digital signage up there. Maybe not. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, so going slowly right now. 20 minutes to the supercharger. After that, I'm not quite sure what we're gonna do. We might go to Viernheim, but that's too early to charge again, I would say. Also, there's the restricted, so that's pretty nice. We might also be able to continue to Bruchsal, where we have a rest stop with also Ionity and NBW, but the chance that we can only get 75 kilowatts is high, so that wouldn't be too good. The alternative would be, I'm gonna switch around my camera, the alternative would be to go to either Bruchsal supercharger. Right next to it there's NBW with, I think, 6 300 kilowatt chargers or plugs, or maybe 8 blocks, something like that. Or we continue on to Karlsruhe, where we do have multiple fast chargers, and it switched to 120 again, right here. Where we have multiple options at NBW or at the supercharger or at some other chargers. So I'm not quite sure what we want to do. I would say we'll see how much we can charge in Weiterstadt and how far we can make it, and then we decide where we go charge next. We have enough options, that's not the problem, but they are all a bit far off from the highway, or further off than I would like them to be. So Bruchsal rest stop would be the perfect option, but there's also always traffic and the chargers are 24/7 in use, so I doubt we're gonna get a good session there. So I would prefer to avoid that. We're gonna just look and see. First to Weiterstadt, that's our most important destination for now, and then we'll see it. Also over there you got the nice Frankfurt skyline again from a wobbly car, looking good. Heading on. We're just leaving the Autobahn and we are 1.8 kilometers away. I can't talk. Away from the supercharger. That's on the other side, and I think there's also a Tesla service center nearby, but I'm not sure. I also don't know if there are any non-Tesla chargers in here. At least they aren't in the navigation system, so might not be the case, but also might be the case because we all know that this does weird things. Doesn't matter if there's nothing close to the supercharger, then we're just gonna go to the supercharger because that's what it's for. Also, I think we had a healthy mix of chargers this trip, from all the different kinds of chargers and operators, so I hope no one has to complain that it gets boring with all of that. I do try my best. I think we're gonna go over there. There is also Shell, but if Shell has chargers, I guess they wouldn't be we wouldn't be able to activate them. There's a supercharger. Let's try to get in there ASAP. Can we go in here? No, we can't. We gotta go round the block. Alright. Looking good. Let's hope we don't hit too much traffic on the way out, because that looks like some heavy traffic. But maybe we're in luck. Let's try to get in here. Looking good. One-way road. Yup. And there it is. Model Y parking next to the supercharger. Interesting. They don't want to block anything. Yeah, awesome. 8 V3 stalls, looking good. And a Model Y with a big ass trailer over there. Technical term. Really big ass trailer. Awesome. Whoops. Okay, looking good. Just plugged in, and as we know, the V3 communication is faster than the blink of an eye, and we're ramping up just as fast. 33, 42, 47, 51, 60, 70, 81, 90, 100, 110, 120, 126, come on, 135, 146, and 157, and 169, nice. 171, getting good speeds, nice. It says 5 minutes to continue trip. I would say that doesn't make any sense. Let's try to find a good alternative. Now it wants us to go this way. Alright, we gotta handle the traffic a bit because there's a lot. Yeah, so Bruchsal supercharger. Right next to that is NBW, as I told you. We've been there before. I don't know if I've been there with you on camera, but there are some hyperchargers that we could hit, but it's like 5 minutes away from the Autobahn. We also do have some 200 kilowatt chargers somewhere in this area at this casino thing. I've never been there though, so I'm not sure if we want to do that. Let's see, what does it say if we're gonna hit Bruchsal supercharger? And disable charge planning, remove all charge stops. It doesn't want us to go there directly because it's a V2. 15 minutes there, 22% more. That should be the right way to go. What? Minus 21, enough to continue trip. Yeah, sure. But we could also continue on and hit NBW here, but there's always heavy traffic. I'm not so convinced. Not completely convinced. Let's remove this and see how long it takes us to get home. 6:10. 6:29. If we can get some time out of that, that would be an option. Then we could see if we wanted to hit NBW over here, as you might have seen just before it zoomed out. Where did it go? Here. Because this is NBW as well, but 150 max. Yeah. Or we're gonna go to this 200 kilowatt charger that's somewhere in here. I'm gonna see when someone last charged on this charger. Seemingly it wasn't a Tesla that charged there, but yeah, we'll see about that. Maybe that's an option that's not too far off. And yeah, let's see. We are pretty much done charging. We should be arriving with 15% at the supercharger. It's a bit shorter to go to the other charger that we planned in right now, so I think we might be able to leave. We're also below 100 kilowatts and at 64% state of charge, so that should be enough for us to get to our last charging stop of the trip. Let's unplug this supercharger cable right here. That's kinda weirdly spun around. Also didn't record a charge guide here because this location is not that beautiful that I would recommend anyone to go here. It's just, I don't know, weird in the middle of nowhere with some stores and so on, but no rest stop or anything, so I don't know. Let me switch to my profile so I can reach the pedals and lie back down. Looking good. All right, let's go. We're still trying to rip it, but there's so much traffic on only 2 lanes. We just can't go as fast as we want to. So we're currently arriving with 28% at the supercharger. So with 29-30% at the charger that we're going to. But yeah, at least then we don't need to charge for that long, because I need like 40% to arrive with at home, because I gotta go somewhere tonight and to work tomorrow and stuff. So that's the plan for now. Car just started preconditioning to the supercharger, so that's pretty good. Let's hope the traffic clears up a bit pretty soon so we can push it some more. Luckily, we just checked if the chargers we were going to are available, and they aren't. So we quickly pulled out to rest stop Bruchsal, and here we got the 150 kilowatt available. So looking good. Plugging in, I'm gonna authorize. Contactors just went off. Check successful, we're communicating and about to ramp up the charging session. or the charging speeds, I should say. Luckily, this Q4 e-tron owner plugged in at the 50 kilowatt charger, and the other guys are at Ionity, where there's still 2 spots available. One Taycan and one big fat e-tron. We are ramping up, and we're getting 130, 140, 150 kilowatts. So we might get even a bit more, but I think not that much more because we're at 31% state of charge. So we are now gonna go up to, we need about 14-ish% to home, I think, if I remember correctly. So we're gonna go up to, I would say, 60-ish%. Then we should be good to speed up home, and I should still have enough for the next days. And there is a Model 3 Performance leaving. Really nice. We're up to 66% state of charge in only 8 minutes, down to below 90 kilowatts. So let's stop charging real quick. Looking good. Just unlocked. So now we can unplug, put that boy back, swap drivers one last time, and go home finally, and actually perfectly in time. That's pretty good. Alright, let's head out. While we're almost home, we get to see this beautiful sunset over there. Just about to leave the Autobahn in 2 kilometers, no, 5 kilometers, something like that. So that's pretty cool. We're almost there. We can make our time as we planned it originally. That's pretty perfect. Love to see that. So that's really good. Then I can make my appointments later as well on time, just as I wanted it to. So that's pretty good. We just arrived at my friend's house. Oh my god. And I would say it is time for a quick sum up of the whole trip with the stats of our consumption and everything. So let me swap the camera and show you. So here we are, our not so long way up, 3,057 kilometers in only 5 days. That's crazy. We had an average consumption of 21.2 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers, which is not too bad, I would say, for all the fast driving we did. We used 647 kilowatt hours on that trip. Yeah, seems right. If you're interested, just put it in the comments. Do you want to know our average speed of all the trip? I can answer you with that. So yeah, that's the plan, that's the thing. That is the sum up of the whole thing. I hope you liked our whole trip and everything we did. And I would say that's been it. Thank you for watching and see you guys in the next one. Bye.